The Treaty of Chernomen was a treaty between the Bulgarian Empire and the Byzantine Empire signed on 13 May 1327 by Michael Shishman and Andronikos, 3 Palaiologos. The treaty was followed by several other agreements. Background: in the beginning of 1327, Bulgaria became involved in the third and final stage of the Byzantine Civil War of 1321 to 1328 between Andronikos.The and his grandson Andronikos.The. Despite the inconsistent Serbian policy in his assistance, the old emperor managed to negotiate the support of the Serbian king Stephen Dekanski, which urged Andronikos.The to tighten his relations with the Emperor of Bulgaria, Michael Shishman, who fought against Andronikos.The 3 years earlier, was interested to help because he was in strained relations with Serbia after his divorce with Anna Nida and was disturbed by the marriage of Stephen Dekanski to the cousin of the old emperor Maria Palaiologos. Treaty: Michael Shishman and Andronikos.The met at Chernomen on the Byzantine-Bulgarian border in May 1327. Since the negotiations were supposed to be secret, they used for pretext the desire of the Byzantine Empress Rita of Armenia to meet her daughter Maria Palaiologos, whom she had not seen for 23 years, and Andronikos.The was allegedly anxious to see his sister as well. John Kantako Uzinos, who was present during the negotiations, intentionally concealed the real purpose and described them as a private meeting between relatives and only writes about 8 days of rejoicing and feasts. However, during these 8 days the emperors met several times in private or officially with the delegations. Eventually they reached an agreement for mutual help against their enemies. Michael Shishman had to provide assistance against Andronikos.The, while the young emperor was obliged to help Michael Shishman against the king of Serbia. It was also agreed that in case Andronikos.The became sole emperor, he was to cede to Bulgaria several border territories and a large amount of money as dowry. The treaty was signed without major obstacles as both sides had clear interest of the alliance. Michael Shishman wanted a reconquest of Macedonia, while Andronikos.The was preparing for the final confrontation with his grandfather. Aftermath: backed on the treaty, when hostilities were resumed in the autumn of 1327, Andronikos.The was able to quickly submit in Macedonia and in January 1328 captured Salonika, the second most important city in the Byzantine Empire. Surprised by the quick victory of his ally, Michael Shishman offered help to Andronikos.The in return of the surrender of all border lands and money. He sent 3,000 horsemen under the command of Ivan the Russian to guard him, but his real intention was to capture the old emperor and Constantinople. After the interference of Andronikos.The, however, the plot failed and the Bulgarian detachment returned home. After several showdown campaigns without field battles and mutual accusations for not respecting the Treaty of Chernomen, Michael Shishman and Andronikos.The renegotiated peace in October 1328. The Bulgarians agreed not to take territory and rewarded large amount of money. As the relations between Bulgaria and Serbia were deteriorating and the two countries were on the course of war, Michael Shishman and Andronikos.The organized a final meeting at Krimni between Sozopol and Ankylos in the beginning of 1329 and agreed to a lasting peace and eternal alliance. They agreed to attack Serbia, but the Bulgarian army was defeated in the Battle of Velbaj on 28 July 1330, and Michael Shishman was mortally wounded and died. When the news of the disaster reached Andronikos.The, he abandoned the campaign against Serbia and turned on Bulgaria, but suffered a defeat at Rusikastro.